AllBall TV.
They scared, but I'm not.
They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.
Who's Drake's father?
OG.
Nah, that's wildly disrespectful. Those are two of the most embarrassing fathers in the celebrity world right now. Drake's father and John Morant's father. Them guys gotta go. You guys need to find a shack.
You got to stop that shit.
Me?
No, I'm talking to OG. You got to stop that. They send your daddy home. Tell your daddy stop acting crazy.
We'll talk about it. We'll talk about
what?
it. Listen,
Big as the what?
we'll
Dad,
talk
sit
about
the fuck. Dad, sit down and shut up.
We'll talk about it.
Big as the what?
We'll discuss it.
No more alcohol.
We'll discuss it.
Niggas is fucking addicts. No more alcohol. Get away from the alcohol. Sit down.
We live.
Big flea. Never the little one. Never the little one.
We shall discuss.
Oh, ball suckers.
The Knicks ain't lose today. I got some of my momentum. You know what I'm saying? Got some 8 hours rest because super trash was on the TV last night. Yeah.
Oh, you was off today. This is why you do impromptu. Oh, I got it.
No, actually, if you want to produce on the air, we have discussed. Don't interrupt me.
Sorry. Cook.
We have discussed doing reactions when the Knicks don't play, so we stay in tune with our people. Like Mr. McCormick over here who said, big trash. Big as the what? Big as the what? Super Bowl. I don't even know how to read them letters anymore.
59.
Super Bowl 59. Hey, y'all. Broke records. Come on now. Broke records. Stop playing around over here, man. Apparently, according to Fox Sports, 126 million viewers tapped in to watch the Super Bowl. Super trash. Halftime show. Get into that in a second. Kendrick Lamar. He took that flight. He said, yo, I told y'all you're not like us. Hit the stage. Oh, you think I won't? You think I won't perform this? Big as the what? Oh, boy. Big as the what?
Said his name too. Let me look in the camera while I say your name.
Good evening, everyone. Happy to be here. Super Bowl, my opinion, terrible. I think the Super Bowl is for entertainment purposes only. Let's first and foremost start off with the game. Horrific. The Kansas City Chiefs got exposed. The refs didn't help them. Patrick Mahomes probably had one of the worst performances of his career. The GOAT conversation stops. The first half, one first down. Can I explain? You'll have your time to respond. That's how I look. Already in your feelings. Yeah, get out of here. Yeah.
Dan Marino's the GOAT.
Look, already in your feelings. Well, your feelings, excuse me. So, Super Bowl, first half, one first down and 23 total yards for a Kansas City Chiefs team that we all know is firepower, high power when it comes to offense. So for me, that was terrible for the NFL. Kansas City and Patrick Mahomes had an opportunity and Andy Reid to do something that has never been done, and they laid the egg. I'm sorry. They got beat down, they got punked, they got bullied, they got pushed over. They got their ass kicked. You cannot lose like that in a Super Bowl. Not when you're Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. So for me, the game was terrible. The commercials was terrible. Usually Super Bowl, a lot of people that don't even like sports watch it because of, up and coming movies, some of the commercials, terrible. I didn't like not one commercial. I just got to be honest. Some of the movies that are coming out, terrible. When we get to Kendrick Lamar, I'm a Kendrick fan, but I didn't like the I didn't like the performance. Now I know there was a lot of subliminals, Black History Month, and I know a lot of the little clues that was in there, and I agree it was great for that. But Super Bowl, the people in them stands is there to be entertained. I'm sorry, and it was not entertaining. And I get, a lot of people is saying there was messages, a whole lot of messages in there, and I get it. But for me, it was boring. It was no energy. Like I said, the Not Like Us was the highlight for me. But the few songs he sung, like I said, didn't know him. I heard of him, but I didn't like it. I think overall the NFL took a bad hit. When you have the halftime show mediocre, the game trash, the commercials trash, I'm trying to see how they're gonna come back from this. When you look on social media, even when you talk to the people, well, not talk, but the people we seen on, the big networks, a lot of people was disappointed. First and foremost with Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. They kept Patrick Mahomes in the game down 30, which I'm exaggerating, with 5-6 minutes left. Why are you still in the game? Stat pattern. Get his yards up, things like that. So that was terrible. Like I said, the commercials, and for me, Kendrick Lamar, I'm a big Kendrick Lamar fan. I've seen him perform, and his performances are legendary. The energy, just everything. And I think yesterday, from an entertainment aspect, he dropped the ball because, to me, I understand sending a message, but he still could have sent the message and entertained us at the same time. I didn't like it at all. That shit, the whole Super Bowl was a 4-5 hours wasted time in my life, literally. And big shout out Kevin Durant, he even said it. He said, "Yo, that game was so boring. I didn't watch the halftime show. I didn't watch anything. So it ain't me trolling or bugging." Listen, man, I think the NFL took a bad hit because usually, games is great when you got Patrick Mahomes versus Jalen Hurts, Kansas City Chiefs. They could three-peat. Got Kendrick Lamar to build up for this. I just think they wet the bed, and I think their ratings are going to go down for this. So when everybody laugh and complain about the NBA, yesterday was just as bad. I didn't like nothing about the Super Bowl. Just to sum it all up, I didn't like the performance. I hated the game, and I hated the commercials. Some of those commercials shouldn't have been on TV. I'm not going to go too in depth. I'll talk to my brothers behind the scenes, but I didn't like nothing about the Super Bowl yesterday. It was terrible. I'm sorry.
Big Flea.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I didn't have a dog in the race. I'm a Giant fan, so
Same here.
It was, but I was happy to see Saquon win. Hurt to see him leave us, but happy for that young man. His character, the way he approaches the game, just everything about him. I'm happy for him specifically. As far as the game is concerned, you don't ever want to see a blowout, right? This is the last game of the season. This is the biggest sporting event in the world. Every year it's the biggest sporting event. Everybody is glued to their TVs ready to watch this. So you don't want to see a blowout. So I can understand why why there's disappointment and it was boring and things of that nature. But the Philadelphia Eagles played their ass off. That defensive line was amazing. Jalen Hurts shut all the naysayers up. And so, you could look at it from two different perspectives. OG is not right, but like always, I'm on the other end of the spectrum with this one. I wasn't mad at it. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed seeing Philly thump them, right? They're going for 3 in a row, making history, all this kind of stuff. And Philly, like I said, shut the water off on that. So I was pleased with the fact that Philly came to play and reminded the Chiefs that they got to play to win this game. You just can't show up. You got to play to win this game. So, I was happy with that. As far as the halftime was concerned, listen, every year niggas got complaints about the halftime show. Every single solitary year that I've watched the Super Bowl, and I've been watching it for a long time, people got complaints about the halftime show all the time. I thought the Kendrick Lamar performance was it wasn't the best performance I've seen, but I was not bored. I was anticipating it. He did everything that I expected him to do. He did some things that I didn't expect him to do. I didn't expect him to say that brother's name, but he was, you know, that bravado took over, and you know what I'm saying, he said Drake's name. So I was extremely surprised that he did that. All the hidden messages and all the things that was done for the culture, right? When I see a lot of people up there and all of them look like me, all of them look like you, OG, all of them look like you, Fabian, that feels good. Every dancer that I saw up there was a brother or a sister. That's dope. When you watching an event that everybody in the world is watching to empower these black people, that was dope. Samuel Jackson, I thought that was a fire, touch to start it all off. And as it went through, him being Uncle Sam. I know y'all remember him as I forget him what his name was in Django, but I thought that was a nice touch. Yeah. So, I thought everything about last night was good. To stack it up against some of the other Super Bowls games and the Super Bowl performances, yeah, last night was mediocre, for sure. I can't say that. It was mediocre, but from a sports fan, from somebody that was just anticipating everything about it, from somebody that was hoping that Jalen Hurts won, wanted to see what Kendrick Lamar did, I thought it was a good night for the NFL. I don't know if they take a hit, OG. The NFL is the most popular sport in the world besides soccer. So I don't think that they're going to take a hit. This is a weekly event. People are still going to be clamoring for football. People are chomping at the bit for football to come back already, right? It just ended last night. They already ready for the next season. So, I don't know what else to say about last night. I don't know how much different it could have been. Everybody really wanted Lil Wayne up there. I got my feelings on that. I don't believe that brother is a good entertainer, one of the greatest rappers of all time. But you got to go up there and entertain. You got to move. You can't stand still and chat. You got to run up and down the field. You got to be active. I don't think that would have been a good spot for Lil Wayne. And so let's move on to next year, because I would like to see what next year is going to look like in terms of the energy.
I think NFL is going to beg Drake to perform next year. That shit wasn't. It was okay when he performed Not Like Us shit. It was dope, but even the way they teased it was. I thought that was the most fire part about it, and then they jumped into it. But bro, this shit is just perform the hits, bro. It wasn't that difficult. I don't care about your little Rubik's Cube puzzles. I don't care about none of that shit. It wasn't Not Like Us. You could have performed the whole record. He has deep shit on Not Like Us. That last verse, it would have been, bro. That shit is the biggest hit in how long?
If he did that part, Fabian, once upon a time, all of us was in chains. Like, if he did that,
it's not that difficult. The whole shit rings. The whole shit. They were all waiting to say A minor. So that to me was just confusing. And I don't want to get to no deep conversation. I'm really of the belief that social media killed fandom. Like, I can't even be a fan anymore. I don't even like social media to express an opinion. I'm glad nobody talks to me on Twitter like that. I only talk to people I talk to in real life, because it's horrible. Oh, you don't understand what happened to hidden messengers? Then don't invite me. Don't invite me. This ain't Inception. You made an Inception halftime show? No thanks. Don't like it. Besides the parts that matter.
You conspiracy theorist himself. You deep thinker himself. You read a book in 1 week himself. You the most I'm talking. Hold on. You the most intellectual guy out there. Don't want to use your brain to.
It's not about using your brain. Right. It's not about using your brain, because again, that's the problem. That is the problem. This ain't for that. This ain't for that. There's shit with Kendrick. Yo, that verse that Kendrick got with Pusha, and they have a video and they break down the lyrics. It's dope. You know why it's dope? Because this shit is dope. Flea, you were avid. I ain't gonna blow you up, but you wrote. You know what I mean? If somebody tells you they got that shit, You go home and you hyped up, you rolled it up, and 5 minutes later you still sober. It's not dope. That's all I'm saying. We know what dope is. What he did to Drake in that battle, fire, dope. I'm not a Drake stan, I'm not a Kendrick stan. I like the fact that Drake stood up for himself, finally tried to fight, but a L is a L. But this isn't the moment for Kendrick that he thought it was going to be, and what all the fans thought it was going to be, because you had the masses at your fingertips. All you had to do was say "not like us" 1,000 times. The little grandpas and whoever doesn't understand what the hell you talking about, they know what "not like us." They can hear that. That shit is international. So as far as the performance is concerned, I don't like the whole getting your panties in a bunch. I don't understand. It went over my head. What you say, oh boy, people kill cancer over a halftime show. Amazing work. Great. I missed it. Sorry, I missed it. I ain't on top of it. As far as the game goes, we done seen worse Super Bowls than this shit. Like that the Broncos got their ass whooped against Seattle that one season. There's been a lot. The Ravens whooped our ass. The Giants. Oh my God. Damn Ray Lewis.
Peyton Manning kicked Cam Newton's ass, right? Didn't Cam get his ass kicked in the Super Bowl?
That was the Panthers they played?
Yeah. Because Peyton lost to Russell first in Seattle, and then he found his way back and they kicked Cam Newton ass.
Yeah,
but just real quick, to me, of course, there's always going to be worse. I don't think that's the issue. The issue is you have a guy that people were starting to put into the GOAT conversation. You have an Andy Reid, who some people consider one of the greatest minds in football history, especially on the offensive end. And Kansas City Chiefs is a juggernaut. And they was going for a three-peat, and they wet the bed. Simple and plain.
I don't think
nobody expected them to get thumped like my brother Fleece. That was terrible. That was a terrible performance yesterday. You can't make no excuse for that.
I don't watch football like that, but after I seen the Eagles beat down DC like that, I'm like, yo, that defense looks crazy. They didn't even blitz them not one time, they said. Not one time. When you have a 4-man rush in the NFL, it changes everything. Now we're going to guard everybody. I don't care who your GOAT is. What were they going to do yesterday? Nothing. That's why the NFL GOAT conversation has always been garbage. Always been garbage. The only thing I'll give Brady, I have to give Brady, ain't nobody playing 20 years on that level, bro. That I might have to go, you know what? Y'all might be right. Ain't nobody putting in 2 decades of pain. That's football, bro. That's why I go, honestly, can we see 15 more years of Patrick Mahomes? I don't know.
1,000%. Like people, like I said, people forget shit so fast because we live in the moment. Tom Brady went a decade without winning a Super Bowl. 10 years.
It was 10?
10 years, Fabian.
Yeah, yes.
A decade long without winning one. So for us to say that this dude, Patrick Mahomes, who if he won last night, he would have 4, y'all. This is not like he will be winning his first. He's done 1-3 already. He lost 1. He's been like, this guy is seasoned in this. So that's why it's such a big surprise for him to lose the way he did last night. But for this conversation to start about he's done, they're exposed, they not spinning the block no more. That dynasty is over. Slow down. They've been great for a reason.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to go that far, but I think the GOAT conversation needs to slow down. I'm pretty sure they're going to, get it together, gather up the troops, and they definitely going to be around for a while. When you got Pat Mahomes and Andy Reid together, I think they do have another 10 years. I don't know about 15 because he's already been in the NFL, what, 6-7 years?
7 years, yeah.
Right. So let's say 13 more, like 10 more years. I think he can play at a high level for 10 more years. I don't think that's far-fetched. My thing is, let's let it all play out. Like I said, I think the pressure was on yesterday to three-peat. This is why nobody has ever three-peated. But we have to be honest. Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs laid an egg yesterday, and nobody expected that. And y'all know my motto: if you lose, is how you lose. Patrick Mahomes had the worst game in his career in the biggest stage of his career. That is unacceptable. I'm sorry. I'm not going to argue with nobody about that. He laid a huge egg yesterday, and there was some things he could have did better. Sometimes he ran out the pocket too early. Sometimes it's certain things he did too early. He threw behind people's backs. They didn't use the run game enough. There was a lot of things that they could have did. Now, who's to say they would have won still if they did those things? But come on, man, that game was over in the second quarter. I'm sorry. Literally, that game was over in the second quarter for a Super Bowl. That cannot happen with Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs, them being the juggernauts that they have been for the past 5 years. It's unacceptable. I'm sorry.
But the
A lot
Patriots
of that
weren't.
defense, a lot of that O-line was on their backs yesterday. A lot of that O-line was doing a lot of backpedaling. They couldn't protect Patrick yesterday.
Hold on, niggas say KC wasn't a great team all season. The niggas was 15-2. Well, like, what do people be talking about, man?
Like, but I feel you, OG. The record is the record, right? But when you watch them this year, some of the games that they won were nail biters. Patrick Mahomes had to be Patrick Mahomes had to be Superman. Like, they didn't play well all year long. They haven't played well probably in a year and a half. Keep it real. Like, listen, they haven't been that. Go ahead.
But you know what happened, and I'll let y'all cook. I'm sorry to cut you off. I have a habit. I apologize. What happened was the Kansas City Chiefs and Andy Reid, they have been getting away with this for years. You have that high power offense. You don't worry about having a great defense because Pat Mahomes and them. I've told you, I've seen Pat Mahomes and them be down 3 touchdowns in the fourth quarter and come back and win. So for me, it caught up to them. That's just my opinion. And there's no excuse for it. You went to the Super Bowl and you laid a huge egg. Like I said, it wasn't competitive. That game was over in the end of the first quarter, start of the second quarter. That's unacceptable when you're Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid and the Kansas City Chiefs. That is unacceptable. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but anytime I see, that's why I always stress defense. Anytime I see a defense like that, bro, it's gonna be a long day. I don't care who you have out there. I don't care if it doesn't who's mobile like that. John Elway, doesn't matter. John Elway lost 2 of them things. Joe, you can't tell me Brady at their peaks, they're all great. None of them are greater than each other. I don't see that. I'm watching football. To call them a GOAT, y'all don't touch the other side of the field. That's why Lawrence Taylor, if I'm gonna have to choose a GOAT, it gotta be LT. He affects your scoring and he can score. Nah, no way possible. Like, so with I don't care who you have back there. When you only have a 4-man rush, which is what the Giants did to Brady, he couldn't do shit either. He was talking wildcat shit before that Super Bowl. Oh, 17 points, huh? And got smashed. Bro, when you got 4 linemen like that, this ain't basketball. This ain't basketball. When they touch on it, that he was scared to death, Patrick Mahomes. The way he was sliding into the offensive lineman in his own end zone. You could see it. In football, you can see, oh, they can't move. You could just watch the line of scrimmage, and when they get shifted like that, it's a wrap. So I can't say he's not a GOAT. I can't say Patrick Mahomes is not one of the best quarterbacks I've ever seen in my life. I wish Eli Manning looked like that. Patrick Mahomes looks crazy. He's everything Aaron Rodgers was supposed to be. But Aaron Rodgers seems like an asshole. Mahomes
seems.
I'm just saying, if he's like that with us, imagine in the locker room. You can't be smart. Sure. It takes a special person to be a quarterback too. So that's why I respect Brady. So I ain't trying to, assassinate his character either anymore, because I got to give him his props for putting 2 decades of pain. But 2 decades is the mark. If Patrick Mahomes keeps trying to reach the Super Bowl for 2 decades, he's still in that conversation for me because he's one of the best we've ever seen. And if it takes, you'll go talk to Brady and figure out how to keep going for 15, 18 years. Then you could be in the same, breath as him, because what he did was, come on, man, that superhero like what Tom Brady did.
I think they became a different team, at least how they attacked teams on the offensive end when they lost Tyreek, right? When they lost Tyreek Hill, they became a different team. They got Xavier Worthy. I don't know if he's as fast as Tyreek, but that motherfucker is fast. But then they go get DeAndre Hopkins. Then they go get Juju Smith-Schuster. Like they trying their best to assimilate or equate to what Tyreek was, where he just take the top off the defense, and you know what I'm saying, it's over for you. So they've been really trying to like make up for the loss of Tyreek, and they just haven't. I mean, the greatness of Patrick Mahomes has allowed them to win a couple more Super Bowls since Tyreek left, but they just haven't figured it out, especially on the offensive end, how to make up for that loss. So again, I was happy to see Jalen Hurts win. They was throwing a lot of smoke on his name for the last 3-4 weeks. He got to throw the ball better. He's never talked about in the conversation with the best of the best, the Lamar Jacksons, the Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allens. They think Joe Burrow is better than him. You know what I'm saying? They think there's a lot of guys that they talk about that is better than Jalen Hurts, and all Jalen Hurts has done is lead Philly to 2 Super Bowl appearances, and he's won 1. Right? So big shout out to Jalen Hurts and Saquon Barkley and the Philadelphia Eagles for getting it done.
Just real quickly before I know we move forward, just y'all both made great points, and Jalen Hurts. I was watching today on some of the networks, and they were saying, let's see now when the season starts, let's see where y'all going to rank Jalen Hurts now, and people fail to realize that young man, his stint in the college, he was a winner. Gets to the NFL, was a winner. Already been to a Super Bowl. The young man was nothing short of spectacular last night. He threw that one interception. That was his only one mistake. But between the deep ball, the short ball, the running, listen, man, the young man is a good quarterback, a great quarterback, and he's a good football player. But, I'm going to be honest. I don't think this is about Jalen Hurts. And, I just make my last point. Patrick Mahomes, like I said, this was a hit, y'all. I know we don't think so. I know he has 3 Super Bowls, and he's still up there with the greats. He's definitely one of the GOATs. Right now, he probably can be top 5 greatest quarterbacks ever, just with what he's done so far in his career. But we cannot sit up here and act like yesterday was terrible. Like I said, Super Bowl, great quarterback, great coach, great team, great organization, and the game is literally over in the second quarter. That is unacceptable. And Pat Mahomes is going to have to make up for that. I'm sorry. And it's going to be tough. But I definitely still see them being the juggernauts that they are, because it seems like a lot of people want to play with them. And Pat Mahomes is definitely great. But I'm sorry, fellas. That was terrible yesterday. And there's no excuse for it. You cannot look shook like that, like a deer in headlights, when you've been there numerous times. You have to figure it out. When you're one of the GOATs, when you're one of the greats, you got to figure it out. You gotta stick in there. You cannot allow that game to get so out of hand to where in the second quarter it's basically done. Sorry.
Ty Black, winning Super Bowls ain't easy, baby. So we're not gonna poo-poo winning 3 Super Bowls, big dog. That other quarterbacks have done it, but that shit wasn't easy. Like, we're not gonna act like niggas just win Super Bowls all willy-nilly. That shit don't happen.
Winning 3 Super Bowls. He won 3. He's been in 5.
Mahomes
he's been in
3.
He's been in 5 Super Bowls, bro.
Yeah.
Stop. This is
since he's been there, he's been nothing short than the game before the Super Bowl. It's either that or the Super Bowl, literally.
So that to
Lamar,
me that
Lamar can't beat him. Josh Allen can't beat him. Joe Burrow beat him once, right? Like this. Like, come
and
on,
you can tell Josh Allen from the beginning of that AFC game. I could tell. I'm watching him. Yo, you look nervous. That whole thing with the Chiefs and the referees, say whatever you want, but the Patriots had the referees in the bag too. But it's the whole mystique of feeling like we can't. Damn, it's Brady. Brady used to have some swag from going from the huddle to snap the rock. You'd be like, yo, this motherfucker looks like a general, man.
Tom had plastic surgery on his face.
Probably.
Y'all ain't know his cheekbones a little high. Like, what's up? Am I bugging?
Tom,
listen, man, he divorced. He trying to get back in the game, baby. What you talking about?
I see that nigga face last night. I said, you a little too handsome tonight, nigga. What's up with you, nigga? What the fuck is going on with your face, baby? What's up?
Tom outside, man. What you talking about?
Outside.
Tom outside.
Fabian,
Fabian, I'm reading the comments right. Before you go, I'm gonna be honest. When it comes to quarterbacks, I understand people who have, their fan favorites. Tom Brady's the greatest quarterback of all time, bro. Like I don't know how we can argue that. Come on, bro. 7 out of 10 records, just accolades, and just the comeback wins. Like, come on, bro. I'm not Listen, we all got our favorites. I'm a big Michael Vick fan. I'm not gonna sit up here and say Michael Vick is better than Tom Brady. Come on, bro. Stop.
Michael Vick can't even be mentioned, bro. You got other
Can't
guys.
nobody be mentioned, bro. I mean, nobody can be mentioned.
That's when we get disrespectful. Joe Montana was too legit. These other guys, John Elway was too legit. Yo, they could do things. Patrick Mahomes, John Elway, Joe Montana could get out of the pocket. Steve Young at his peak. Brady can't do what they do, but he did what they can't do with the 2 decades thing.
He didn't have to. He didn't have to. Well, hold on. What's this thing with? All right, you couldn't do what they do. What does that mean? He's won more than them.
He played for 2 decades, bro. He lost Super Bowls, and that ain't the only time he lost. If he's not in New England, that doesn't happen. If Joe Montana is not on the 49ers, that doesn't happen. That's why that argument is crazy. You telling me he just looks better? What does he do better than Montana?
Win.
Nah, I can't even say that. Montana was crazy. Montana was crazy. John Elway was crazy.
Tom Brady got a gun. He throw tight in the window. He's an ultimate leader. Like, I'm not, listen, y'all can have that argument. I'm not arguing with nobody. Go ahead. I'm not arguing with y'all.
You can't.
Not doing that. All right.
He can't roll outside the pocket and throw that rock like they could when the shit breaks down.
Okay.
When the offensive line ain't there, he can't do that. So he needs a certain team around him, just like everybody else.
I mean, keep it real in terms of talent and throwing the football. Aaron Rodgers is a better quarterback
than everybody
with the football than Brady. But if we talking about greatness, if we talking about, sustainability, all that stuff that matters when we talking about the GOATs and the best of the best. See, it's hard in football. I think Fabian made a great point. When people start talking that GOAT shit in football, I be wanting to tell them, like, slow down. Or, I don't want to tell nobody shut up, but I do. Like, what we doing? Like, GOAT football? There's too much that goes into that. And wait, what? No, go ahead, Ray.
No, I just think for a quarterback, when the defenses started saying that about Brady, it means something because they know, we've been kicking your ass for 20 years, bro. You 42 years old on the field still. Like that is when you start, they got to salute him because it's like, bro, you're 40. I don't care what position you play, even if you're the kicker. You out here at 40? 40 is crazy.
When they were playing against the Chiefs, when he took him out, they took his knee out. Y'all remember that? However long that was.
They changed the rules for him.
They changed the rules. But when that happened, people thought Brady was done. I can't remember how many Super Bowls he had, but when I forget the quarterback that came in for him, Castle. Who was the quarterback that came in?
It was Castle.
Okay, so
they went like 11-5 that season, so they were still good.
Right, and so, but I remember people were like, "Yo, he's done. He's not coming back from that injury. It's over." And he showed, he proved a lot of people wrong. So.
Right, yeah, and I'm see, because even bringing up Jerry Rice, bro, that's what it was. Jerry Rice wasn't nicer than T.O. and them dudes. He wasn't. He started off his career dropping a bunch of passes, but Jerry Rice was out there at 42 with his hairline back there and them stupid ass braids, still playing football. That shit is crazy, and he has you talk about records. He's the GOAT at wide receiver, and that shit ain't close. Randy Moss is my guy.
Randy's better than him. Listen
what I'm telling you. Randy wasn't doing that at 40. Randy was giving up on plays. He'll tell you when it's going to be a running play.
I'm not going to
stop. But listen,
please, that's all I told you. I'm not doing this, bro. I'm not doing this. Listen, not doing this.
Randy's better, and I'm gonna use y'all line. It's not even fucking close.
Yeah, he's supposed to be
better.
Randy Moss
was Randy, and then y'all do the list after that. Jerry, T.O., y'all do what y'all want after that.
Listen, Randy Moss is my dude. Loved him. I used to say the same shit, but when you realize, like, 20 years, he's the first guy to be running up mountains, all that Kobe shit y'all talking. That was Jerry Rice.
Sure. Yeah, that's Jerry.
He's Jerry. He runs up mountains before a game. Who is that guy? So Brady and damn, boy, it might be Tom Brady.
Hey, Fleece, certain things I'm not. Listen. We all brothers. I'm not certain shit. I'm not. Listen, I'm being honest.
We get here so many times where you say something, he will refute it, and 10 minutes later he'll spin back and be like, "You know what?
I do the same thing. Right. You be after you think about something. Like my thing is this with Brady and
It's
hold
two
on, Fabian, because
decades.
I'm
It's 2 decades old, ball. God
bro, but
damn.
but Fabian, for me, it's not even that, right? And this is no knock on see what I don't like that we do, and I do it as well. It doesn't take away from how great Joe Montana and all those guys was, Dan Marino, John Elway, Pat Mahomes. Like, come on, it's so like Peyton Manning, like it's so many greats. But for me, what Tom Brady did, like y'all gotta understand, Bill Belichick didn't care about paying nobody, didn't care about drafting they didn't care about any of that. I'm gonna give you minimal guys, hard work guys, and go make it happen. And one time he had a great wide receiver, Randy Moss, even though they lost to our Giants. Big shout out to that. But you see what he imagine Tom Brady with a Randy Moss for 10 years, bro. You see what he did when he had Gronk? If a flea, if Homeboy, God rest his soul, he was a maniac. If Homeboy wasn't a nut, bro, Tom Brady and them would have probably had 10 Super Bowls.
Aaron Hernandez. Yeah,
Bro,
yeah,
when Tom Brady
yeah.
had the correct talent, and I'm not saying he never had talent because
They didn't lose. They didn't lose a game. They didn't lose the
Amendola
game.
and all them dudes here was tough. But imagine how how Montana had his Jerry Rice for however many years. John Elway and them guys had Davis and them guys for years.
Shaw,
Imagine if Tom
Shane.
Brady,
Yeah.
come on, bro. And that's all I'm saying. And it doesn't knock nobody else. All them dudes is great. Like I said, I'm a big Giants fan. LT, I'm going all day. But Tom Brady, I'm going to be real, bro. That shit he did to the Atlanta Falcons in the Super Bowl. Come on, bro. The owners of them came down. The rappers came down. The game was over. They just showed the clip of Tom Brady going while we down 25. Bruh, play tough. We in this. Let's go. Nah, my dude. You need to get a little help, get a little luck. We all need that sometimes. But I'm not arguing nobody when it comes to that as far as quarterbacks. Now, go all around, but quarterbacks? Nah, I'm not arguing with nobody with that, bro.
OG, that Super Bowl was here. So when they played the Falcons, that Super Bowl was here. I was at a bar around the corner from the stadium where they was playing at, watching the game. They thumping New England. So I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Let's go to the crib. By the time I get to the crib, I flick the TV on. It's a game. I said, what the fuck is going on? I just left. It was down 30. All right. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just disgusted that I came to this conclusion now, and I gotta admit defeat after arguing Dan Marino for decades. Because, like you said, old ball, Jerry Rice had Montana, bro. Steve Young had Jerry Rice. Brett Favre had Antonio Freeman. A lot of these guys.
Tell me who Dan had.
Dan Marino. Well, he had the Cooper
Tell me
brothers.
his best receivers.
The Cooper brothers.
Yeah.
And then the tight end was I forgot, not Bryant, but you know, Marino to me was just, I always bring him up and it's kind of just sarcastic because it's just like, bro, Marino had bum ass Don Shula. If he's in that system, he could do the same thing. But the fact of the matter is,
Don Shula.
Don Shula's a bum. But Tom Brady, it doesn't matter what it is. Whatever was on his plate, he did. Bro, he was 80 years old in that Atlanta Super Bowl. That shit it's not normal. And we can't even name his wide receivers. And the Jerry Rice thing.
We talking football. You said bum ass Don Shula?
Don't do it, Philippe. I'm not doing this. I've already admitted defeat about Tom Brady, and I'm fucking depressed.
But you might have to walk that back.
No, I do not. No, the fuck. No, I'm not walking back bum ass Don Shula and that fake ass record they have.
Hey,
Mercury
fellas,
Morris.
Do we realize? And
it's
I'm reading
fake,
what Fish. I'm reading what Fish is saying, right? And this is to me what makes Brady the GOAT. When he said Brady admits that, you know, some of them Super Bowls our game manager defense won it for us. Do we not realize probably more than half of those Super Bowls, maybe more than half of the New England Patriots success, all the offense was Tom Brady? Like, we have to really understand that. The defensive end, Bill Belichick, hands down. But that offense was Tom Brady, bro. Like, he made that go. It wasn't none of them offensive head coaches. It wasn't none of that. That was solely Tom Brady. That man was forced into a situation. Now, I give Bill Belichick props for picking him, right? But I've never seen a player of that magnitude, that great, be forced into a situation where you had to hold that down on your own offensively. Bill Belichick let it be known, bro, I'm handling the defense. We're going to give you whatever on offense, whether it's coaching, whether it's players. And then when he got a big dog, bro, niggas went undefeated. They lost to the Super Bowl. So for me, listen, man, that plays a major part, Fabian, when it comes to football. It's no way in the world, like you see these teams, you got to load up every year. As Fleet say, what changes you made? Now Kansas City Chiefs, they're going to have to make some changes. What changes are you going to make? You got to constantly upgrade in football. And come on, man, Tom Brady, them guys they was giving them, right? Randy Moss might have been his only 6-foot wide receiver.
Nah,
Come on, bro.
he was just a really good one. But I think, to your point, AllBall is different. He's 38 years old, 35 years old, and the thing about football is it's like war. It's the closest thing we have to war. When the defense is out there and they feel that confident, yo, we need to get the ball back to get it to Tom's hands. That's just different. It's different in basketball. Like, yo, we need to get the ball. We're on the same defensive end. We can get the ball to LeBron or Jordan, whoever it is. But it's a two-way sport. Like, the fact that he can instill that much confidence in the defense, that's what the quarterback has to do for you. Because when you got a bum-ass quarterback, the Ravens could not do that for 10 years. They would have bitch-smacked every one of them quarterbacks. Football is a different thing. It's just different. I can't believe I just admitted Tom Brady's the GOAT.
Oh, before we move on, just remember what Shady McCoy said about Tom Brady. Like, come on, bro. When you got, former and current players talking about how great that man is, they played alongside him, and these guys is legendary in their own right and played in the league forever. Like, come on, bro. That what he's done, we got to put, like, for me, y'all know I can't stand LeBron, but I'm never going to say what he's done for the game of basketball isn't legendary. I'm never going to say he's not a great player. People don't like the Patriots in Tom Brady. So that's why it's hard for people to give him props. Bro, what he did for the game of football at that quarterback position, we might not never see that. He has 7. He's 7 for 10.
Jesus Christ. If Flea could jump in there, he's loading up. Oh, listen, it's just safe to say that Tom Brady's the king of keeping his eyes on the prize, baby, Bubba.
He waited for Flea to get in there to do that.
Nasty.
Yeah, just to see you was getting me this time. All-Star Weekend is almost here, and Prize Picks is the best place to win cash while watching your favorite players during the game and the Saturday night events like the 3-point contest. You can now win up to 1,000 times your money on Prize Picks. Sign up today and get $50 instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. You think Steph Curry will get more than 5 3-pointers next week? Giannis for more than 35 points? I hope so. Cook up hot takes with your friends and win real money this basketball season when you and your crew run your game on Prize Picks. Download the app today and use code CLNS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Download the app today and use code CLNS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. Run your game.
Baby Bubba?
Baby Bubba? You know who's running game right now? You know who's running wild game right now?
Oh.
Anthony Street Clothes Davis. That nigga. Pick your head up. Pick your head up. Pick your head up. Yeah, keep it high. Pick your head up, OG.
What the fuck does that mean, Flea? Explain yourself. Anthony Davis, who's out for like 6 weeks, injured his abductor muscle, which I think is your groin or whatever, is connecting the neck bone and the hip bone and whatever. I'm trying to make a joke out of this because Flea is wild business. You talking about Kendrick Lamar, yeah, super righteous. And then you make fun of this man. He's stealing money? He tore his shit for 6 weeks, Flea. Damn.
Bro. What did I just tell Kat the other night? If you're hurt, sit down. If you're injured, sit your ass down.
Hey, Flea, what Dallas did to AD, because let's not forget, They have 17 games. 13 of those are home games. They forced that man back too early. You know who doing the same thing tonight, right?
Luka Doncic.
They not letting these guys get fully healthy because the pressure is on. You got to sell them tickets. You got to sell this. You got to sell this thing. So but Flea, you're correct. It doesn't look good. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
But how do you see? That makes me even think. Think about this, fellas. They traded those two guys, and neither one of them were playing at the moment. I didn't even think about that. I didn't even think about that shit.
How did they
enforcing both of them back early? Crazy.
No, but how did they pass a physical to complete the trade? If they just rescinded the Mark Williams trade. How did he pass? How did he?
Man, you know how that goes. Listen, man. When you one of them dudes, man, the rules go out the window. When you one of them little dogs, you got to play by all the rules. You know that.
Rescinded.
But let me ask you this.
Hold on. Real quick with that, please. Real quick with that.
Yeah.
You don't think the Lakers thought for 2 seconds like, yo, did we just trade basically 2 draft picks for Mark Williams' bum ass? He can't make it on the court, bro. We just traded Dalton Connect. Dalton Connect is a big piece. You could have got more than that.
But you got to give a shout out to Jeff Teague. Big shout out to them. He said it on his platform a while ago. He was talking about the Williams kid, saying like, before this trade even was thought of, that kid is always injury prone. They say his history is always being injured.
I ain't shouting him out for that shit. We all know.
Fabian been talking about Mark Williams for the last season and a half, wanting this guy.
Thank you, Flea.
No, my fault.
No, you're man in the middle over here talking about shout out Jeff T because he had
Flea, I never even heard of Mark Williams. I'm sorry.
That's how look, and they be in the comments saying, "Yo, AllBall is always ignoring Fabian. He was just waiting for the talk." This is more proof, you asshole.
Because I don't know who that nigga is, man.
If you see that nigga on the street, would you know who he is?
Exactly. Nah. Look, fuck is this?
Fuck is that?
You know where Home Depot's at? Like
he must play. He might be playing overseas somewhere. I don't know who that nigga is, man.
That nigga, who the fuck is that? Look it up. Like, who the fuck is that?
He was at Duke, missed 40% of the NBA games. He was okay at Duke. Yeah, that's why I saw the
highlights. Nah, he was good at Duke.
Cut you off.
No,
good.
No, I was just saying that I wanted to ask y'all a question and ask the chat a question too. Traded both those guys. They were injured, right? But the expectation is for both of them to come back pretty soon.
Right.
Yeah.
What's more disappointing? Dallas not winning this year or the Lakers not winning this year?
Oh, Flea, I think it's equal. I think I'm saying from
I'm not letting you get away with that.
Real quick.
You're not. He said equal.
Real quick. Daniel Gafford was helped to the locker room during tonight's game already with the Dallas Mavericks. They're having a streak of bad luck.
PJ Washington turned his ankle against Houston, and Lively still ain't there. Flea, I think the pressure is on Lakers just as much as Dallas. I don't agree with you when it comes to people trying to, say that there's no pressure for for LA to win. Why y'all think they tried to make a trade for the big man? And why y'all think Luka is being forced to play just like AD was forced to be played? Guys is not fully healthy. That's what happened last season with Mitchell Robinson coming back in the playoffs. And that's what's happening now with Joel Embiid. Flea, you always say it. If your ass ain't healthy, sit down until you get healthy. But I think they're both equally, but everybody's gonna say Dallas because they gave up Luka. But I like I said, and it's gonna sound like I am repeating myself. When you pair up a LeBron James and Luka Doncic, that is to win championship. That is not to play in the play-in. That is not to get to no conference finals. That is for championships or a championship. Those two paired up, Flea, whenever LeBron retires and they don't win a championship, that is a failure. You cannot have two players like that of that magnitude play together and not win a championship. I'm sorry. I'm not going for that. Same way, Dallas, you give up that, and with that team y'all have, same thing, Flea, you better win a championship. So for me, the race is, the failure is the one that don't win a championship. Whoever win a championship first, that's who won the trade.
That's a horrible take.
I always make horrible takes. Who cares?
The Dallas Mavericks traded a potential All-NBA guy for the next 10 years, 15 years. Talk about
That's
Tom
your
Brady.
opinion. I disagree.
Cool. He's made 5 already, brother.
Yeah.
And if he potentially traded the future to win right now, if you are a Dallas Mavericks fan, oh my God, can your season get any worse? See, you thinking about this because you're not a Mavs fan or a Lakers fan. Hold on. If this was the Knicks, you would be going crazy. You would be at MSG trying to stalk Leon Rose, going bananas.
Are we playing for championships or all first NBAs? Which one is most important?
So you're not listening. They traded that guy away for the championship this year, next year, or the next, and that's it.
Dallas was winning this year, in your opinion?
If AD and Lively was healthy, in my opinion, they were.
No, I'm talking about with Luka. I'm talking about with Luka.
No.
Okay. Who knows?
No.
Who knows? You niggas didn't say they was gonna win last year, and they was in the finals as a 5th seed. That's how great that nigga is. I don't even get on that. All right.
Flea, that's a lie. Because once they got Gafford, I said, yo, they might come out I think they coming out the West.
The world didn't. Of course you did, Fabian.
Come on. Thank you for acknowledging my psychic.
The only thing people gotta say about
it's on tape, Flea.
He has all first NBAs. That's all niggas say about Luka now.
At 25, but he's also, what else you want? See,
yo, Flea, 2 Western Conference Finals, a finals appearance.
See, that's that shit, man. At 25 years old, man, back in the day, these niggas was just in their 2nd year in the league. They done did 4 years in college and come out at 22 or 23, and then they turn 25. They've been in the league, and they can't even get on the fucking floor yet. This nigga's 25 years old, been playing professional basketball since he was 16, then came in the league, the best player at his position, has already been to the show, lost, okay, and is on his way. All it is progression. We make the Western Conference Finals. We make the finals. Your man didn't make the finals till he was 27 years old. Almost 30.
7 years in the league, no MVPs, don't play a lick of defense, no championship.
And that's the other side of it. You are absolutely right. That's the other side of it. So I'm not going to argue with that. That's a fact.
But
what did I say? Is that a fact?
Yes. You said yes.
Okay. So we got 2 sides of that.
Back to your original question, Flea. Is it going to be more disappointing if the Lakers don't get a championship this year or don't win, or the Mavericks don't win a championship this year? And that has to be 100% the Mavericks. They have to win 1 out of these next 3 seasons, or that trade is a total fail. Because you traded a guy who can help you get there, who we have proof helped you get there several times. You traded that away, no matter how you feel about him, AllBall. No matter what you think.
Anthony Davis got a championship. So for y'all to sit up here and nobody says, well, let's not forget, by the way, Lakers traded for Luka. So if they don't win in the next 3 years, that means nothing, right? It's okay?
No.
No, not you, Flea. Let your man answer. Is that okay?
In the next what year? How many years?
3.
Here we go. Now we can't hear. This shit is crazy.
Shit is crazy.
Shit is crazy.
He said shit is crazy.
Look, he knows he fucked up. Look. Hey, he said, look, you know you done fucked up, right?
You know you done fucked up, right? Yo, when OG say your shit is crazy, that's when you know shit is crazy.
I think I hear somebody. I think I hear somebody talking. But listen, in the next 3 seasons, they got to get back there as well. You have to be in championship contention, but it would be more disappointing if the Mavericks don't, because Luka's 25, bro. AD is 31. That's bottom line. He has to be in the chip the next 2-3 years, or if not, you're gonna be like AD at 35. We don't want him back. That's way more demoralizing. Flea, you ain't answer your own question. Who's it gonna be more disappointing for? The Lakers or the Mavericks if they don't get to the chip this year?
Dallas. Hold on. Let me be clear. I have 0 expectation for the Los Angeles Lakers. 0. I look at their roster. They have 2 Hall of Fame players on that team. Everybody after that, caca.
Wow.
Doo-doo. Not good. Miss me with the Austin Reeves could be the third best player on the championship team. Show me that, because I don't believe that. Now, this Dallas team, you traded for the older player. You traded for the better defender. You just came out of the West. You just came out of the NBA Finals last season, so you already have expectations to go back there because you already got a taste. Pause. You go get the best two-way player in the league. OG's words, not mine. And your window is not to win in the next 2 to 3 years for a guy that is post 30. He is not a guy that plays 82 games. He is not a guy that plays 75 games. He's not a guy that plays 62 games. He's not a guy that shows up to work all the time because his body breaks down on him. You trade that and get rid of Luka.
Also, the general manager
The pressure
came out.
is on Dallas right now.
Totally, the general manager came out and talked about Luka, all these things with Luka, and then to double and triple down, the owner came out and said he's not a winner. Look at Michael Jordan, look at Shaq, whatever that dumbass list he came up with, but he tripled down on it. We can't win with you. We could win with this guy. They made that bet. The Lakers never talked about a championship when trading for Luka. All they said was, "Yo, we want them ratings. We want to sell more jerseys. We know what their game is, and they maybe for you they sneaking around it, but hey." The Lakers never spoke on that. They never trashed AD on the way out. They never said this is the way we're going to win a chip this year. No, the Mavericks said that. They put all the pressure on themselves, their fan base and everything, because I don't know what's going to happen with Mavericks fans if they don't win in the next year or two.
Well, I agree with both of y'all. The pressure definitely on Dallas. I never said the pressure wasn't on Dallas, but I'm not going to say there's no pressure on the Lakers. When y'all try to convince me of that, I'm always going to disagree with that. There is pressure for the Lakers to win a championship. There's no way in the world you trade for Luka Doncic and pair him up with LeBron James, and there's no pressure to win a championship. Now, if there's more pressure in Dallas, okay, I give you that. But we ain't going to sit here and say it's 0% pressure for the Lakers to win a championship. No, I'm not agreeing with that. I'm not agreeing with that. This man cannot be considered the GOAT. We cannot have it both ways. When he plays great, he's the GOAT. When he kind of struggles, oh, he's 40. No, we can't do that. We just gave him what people were saying is baby LeBron. He's going to be the face of the league for the next 10 years. When he's healthy, he's the best player in the NBA. Yeah, remember, y'all keep preaching all first NBA this and all this and all of that. Okay, so that should be saying championship. No, I'm not letting nobody get away with that. No, if the Lakers lose in the first round, second round of conference finals, that is a failure. You traded for one of the best players in the NBA. No, I'm not going for that. All these teams that got these type of players, like a Philly, OKC, like all these teams that got great players on their teams that's considered great in the best players, and they fail. No, you got to get called out. And like I said, I agree. There is pressure on Dallas. They may have the most pressure. Okay, cool. But LA Lakers, your ass has got some pressure. That's why Luka is forced to play early, just like Dallas forced Anthony Davis to play early. When them guys, them guys should be sitting till they get fully healthy. Let's pray and hope Luka is fully healthy and he doesn't sprain anything. Because I want everybody to be healthy. I don't wish that on anybody. But I think there is pressure on the Lakers. But I agree, definitely pressure on Dallas. They have to win now. I'm not going to argue all with that. I agree with that. But Lakers got some type of pressure.
Nico keep his job if they don't win in the next 3 years?
I don't think he should keep his job if they don't win in the next 3 years. No.
No. I'm just asking. I wanted to see what you thought about that.
Just like if the Lakers don't win the next 3 years, I think Rob Pelinka should be fired as well. I don't think Rob Pelinka should be able to keep his job neither. Because once again, you traded for a guy and you didn't win. But the guy you traded, you actually won with him. Got to the conference finals with him as well. So for me, like I said, this thing is tricky. It can go either way. Everybody has their favorites, and they, you know what I mean. So right, it's a lot of gumbo in this joint. For sure. But I just think neither one deserves to keep their jobs if this thing don't work out. Because it was a ballsy move, man. Ballsy move.
Super
ballsy move.
Super.
And the Luka trade, I think we've been talking about it maybe since the night of the trade, since we heard it. This is the Uno reverse card to LeBron's decision. Now Nico
you
Harrison.
Good at Uno?
I'm decent. They got a whole bunch of new Uno cards that are disgusting. Like they got some
trash.
plus
You wasn't
legendary at that stuff, man.
What you mean legendary?
Listen, I'm legendary at Uno, Crazy Eights, all that. Nigga, what you talking about? Yeah.
You still play Crazy Eights?
Listen.
Oh,
My block. Listen,
I can't wait to see my brothers.
now watch this. My block is so legendary with gambling, right? We used to play Crazy Eights. Hear this out. Nigga, we dealing 2 cards, $10 a hand.
No, hell no. I'm cool. Y'all niggas can have that. I'm cool.
Yeah, don't listen.
Fabian, niggas go over there and lose their lives. I'm good.
Listen, y'all better ask about the hill, man. Look, Flea, that's what we do. Real talk.
That's suicide. What did he say?
Flea, why you listen? You ain't repping Queens, man. We ain't supposed to back down on camera like that. Yeah, we did 3 back in the fucking in Jamaica. Fuck you talk about, Flea?
You got it, big dog.
Yeah, nah. The hell.
Listen, hey Flea, we ain't dealing 8 cards. Nah, we ain't doing none of that. We gotta get this shit going.
2 cards?
Yo, listen, sometimes nigga deal 1 card. Yo, bro, listen. Ask Zay, ask Bookie, I'm telling you, bro. Soon as you touch your card, listen, no card, pick up them 2, nigga. I'm telling you, yeah, we nasty.
No, we gotta fight. That's what I mean. I would have to fight some of you niggas. Like,
I'm trying to tell you.
We dealing 1 card as soon as I pick it up. You ain't say great. Now you call card, I gotta pick up. Oh no, we gotta go around the corner, bro.
Come on, bro. Like, pity pat, all that, man. Listen, yeah, man. Come on, bro.
Y'all play Tonk?
All that.
Nah, they don't.
I do it.
They don't play Tonk.
I do it. Fish, we're not playing Boo-Ray. We're not doing that. We're not doing that.
Boo-Ray.
I only said that because I don't know how to play. But go ahead.
How about what happened to Spades, man? And Dominoes. You guys play that on the hill?
I mean, that's regular.
I'm being real, bro. Spades, that shit take too long, my nigga. That shit, it's okay. It's cool. It's cool. It ain't as fun how it used to be. Like I said, for us, my neighborhood, I only can speak for mine. Crazy Eights took over, bro. Like Crazy Eights for us turned into dice. Like I'm talking about, bro, where it's 5 of us playing and it's literally $10 a hand and we dealing 2 cards, bro. That shit, bro. My block, we out of control. Out of control. That's a fact. Yeah.
Out of control.
Pacino? Who know about Pacino?
Yeah. Hold on. Have y'all ever played Chuckala with the 2 dice with the board? Come on, man. Come on, man. That's what I'm trying to tell you, bro.
Okay. Well, main source just said OG's favorite game, though. OG favorite. OG favorite game in the world.
Watch this. Main source. This is how I know if you know how to play blackjack. The dealer got a 9 or a 10 showing. You got a soft 18. What do you do? I'm going to say it again. The dealer has a 9 or a 10 showing. You have a soft 18. What do you do? That'll let me know if you know how to play blackjack.
Corey Lee, appreciate you, man. Peace and salute.
Big Corey
is in the building. Can you get the money, Flea? I'm proud how you held Tibbs down the other night. Our captain and $50 million player has to step the F up if I'm going to be champs. We're going to be champs and not chumps. I hate to break it to you, he didn't hold nobody down. We don't want Tibbs around here. We got a list of replacements, and Flea don't like that. He don't like that we came back with a list this time. Like, where's your list? Where's your list?
Well, hold on. I was in a different headspace that day. Today's a new day. List garbage. Let's keep it a buck. List garbage.
No, it's not.
List ain't fire.
No, it's not.
List is not fire.
Billy Donovan
walked you down. I walked you down about that Jeff Van Gundy shit. You tried to run around here and say Jeff Van Gundy left New York on good terms. We were 9-10 when he walked away, quit. So we were under 500. He said, I'm good. And got
Flea, hold on, real quick. Hey, look, Flea. East Blue Drew. That's the correct answer. Danny Castro and Main Source. Y'all know what y'all doing. Y'all play scared. Y'all know what y'all doing. Yeah, look, we hit that soft 18. You bugging. They don't know what they doing. Big shout out to y'all, though, man. Listen, big shout out to y'all, man. I love these conversations.
Y'all fucking
Fabian, get us in order, Fabian.
No,
for this shit go off the rails.
I will. Y'all fucking around, get home with those shoes on, fucking with AllBall. Do not listen to AllBall. Hit me at 8.
No shoes, laces, socks, nothing.
What is wrong with y'all, man?
You can't move in here.
And you can't come here. Don't come here.
Yo, man, you know what? Great transition. Hola.
That's a good,
how y'all feel about
segue. It's a good
how y'all
segue.
feel? How y'all feel about the Jimmy Butler trade to the Warriors? I think we touched on it a little bit, but
Great segue.
the reaction to his first game with the Warriors, how they look, what do we expect now that we've seen them together? Sorry, go ahead, AllBall.
To be honest, they ain't look bad. They got the win. Jimmy Butler actually looks. Listen, him and Draymond Green, that duo is maybe just what the Golden State Warriors needed. Some toughness. Jimmy Butler looks healthy, Flea. And that trade right now, shit, I could be totally wrong. It doesn't look bad at all. I thought, now for me, I don't know. I still think the money is a bit much, but that's the market, and at least it was for only 2 years and not 4 years. Because I'm being honest, signing Jimmy Butler 4 years, let's say for 230, 240 is out of control. But that trade, it makes them it makes them interesting. It makes them watchable, And I'm gonna be real. It seemed like Butler loves being over there, and it seems like him and Curry is starting to build something, but it doesn't look bad at all. I thought I wasn't gonna like it. Let's not forget Kuminga is hurt. They still dealing with some injuries and things like that. So I'm being honest, Flea. I like it a little bit. Like I said, it makes me want to watch the Warriors now. I didn't want to watch them. I still don't think it's enough. Like I said, if they get to the playoffs, you're not beating OKC or Dallas or the Lakers, even Memphis, Houston. I still don't see them beating those teams. But now with Jimmy Butler, it gives them a chance. It makes it interesting, because let's be realistic. In the playoffs, you have two vets, two dogs. You have Jimmy Butler. No matter how much people feel about Steph, man, been in 6 finals, 4 chips, 2 MVPs, the Finals MVP. He's been there, and we've seen what he did to younger teams that don't have the experience. A la Sacramento, that first round, give you a 50 clip. So the trade isn't bad. Like I said, now thinking about it, take a page up. I got Fabian, but now really thinking about it, it was only for 2 years. Like I said, I like it, but I'm not in love with it. But it doesn't look bad at all. Doesn't look bad at all thus far.
By the way, Fleet, Golden State up 99-92 on the Giannis-less Milwaukee Bucks.
Yeah, I still jury's still out for me on how this is gonna work. New start for Jimmy Butler, fresh start, playing for one of the better coaches in the league, and Steve Kerr. Gets an opportunity to play in a system where there's a lot of space. He mentioned opposites attracting, him being a totally opposite type of player to play with Steph Curry. I thought that was extremely accurate on Jimmy's part. But I'll say this: they played Chicago the other night. At one point, they were down 19 or 20. They needed a 24-point quarter in the third quarter from Steph. He had 24 in that third, right? So am I like jumping out the window that the Golden State Warriors are a great team now? No. There's some time. There's some time for this for me to feel like this was a shift in the right direction, right? They won one game. They beat the Bulls. Cool. They playing Milwaukee, right? They playing Milwaukee tonight. Milwaukee doesn't have their best player. Cool. Hope they get that win. But for this to actually mean something, and this dude propped his phone up in front of him and said, can't wait to bring y'all a championship. So that's the thoughts that are going through Jimmy Butler's head right now, that he's coming to Golden State to help tack on another championship to that dynasty. And I don't think that's happening. He was extremely efficient. What was he, 7 for 12 the other night? Took 12 shots, hit 7. He went to the line a ton of times. I think he went to the line like 12 times, right? So I'm not fully impressed. It looked good, right? But again, Steph Curry had to do some Steph Curry shit in that third quarter for them to even be in that game. So for me, the jury's still out on that move. We'll see. We'll see how that looks at the end of the season.
Fabian, can I ask you a question? And I will love Flea to respond after you if it's no problem. who's a better basketball player right now? Who would you rather have, Jimmy Butler or Klay Thompson? Right
Oh,
now, today.
Jimmy Butler. You read my mind, all ball. Wow. I was just gonna say when Klay Thompson was there, he was struggling, man. He was struggling to be himself. He gave that last ditch effort for the championship run, but that's what I feel like he can replace Klay Thompson. And also, it was a last ditch effort to try to get KD. Let's not forget that. They tried to trade flip Jimmy Butler immediately for Kevin Durant. So they got a plan in place with them. Like you said, it makes it interesting because they're kind of like the Lakers with the drama. Klay Thompson with the I know he likes to go on a boat. You know, Steph Curry, religious. I know his family, right? Draymond Green's a nutcase. And then you got Draymond Green, and he's gonna be loud. He's not gonna be shy. I wanted that mix with him and Jimmy Butler. I want to see if they yelling at each other because that ain't Kevin Durant. He ain't taking you calling him any kind of names. That makes it interesting as well, especially when if I don't think Jimmy Butler does not come off like a dumb person, and he said, "Yo, the job is easy. Just pass the ball to Steph." Has Jimmy Butler ever played with anybody in the same level as Steph Curry? Right, like that. All that stuff matters, man. 6 finals and just opening up the floor like that for him. He's never had that. Like Cat almost. I can't think of anybody else that stretched the floor for Jimmy. And B shoots, but this is the first time he's playing with a guy like Steph Curry. You know, he ain't playing with no Dame or nothing like that. So I like it as far as that goes. And I mean, I don't want to flip it back to you all, ball, but do we have championship expectations for them, the
No.
Warriors?
I will. Well, my personal opinion, no, because of how deep the West is right now. Like, OKC and then the moves that Dallas made if they could stay healthy. I think Houston is tough. But Flea, I only asked that, right? Because you responded saying, definitely don't see them championship contention. But I'm saying, Clay, Draymond, and Curry together, they won a championship without, even though Poole and Wiggins was there. I'm saying, is it that far fetched? Let's not say this season, but can you see the Golden State Warriors adding somebody next season that can give them that one more push with the nucleus of Curry, Jimmy Butler, and Draymond Green, or you think they have no chance at all?
There's a few questions for me. I know when they brought Kevin Durant in, seamless fit, right? You could put Kevin Durant on any basketball team, any 30 of the NBA teams, and he would fit right in just to how he plays the game. But the one thing about Kevin Durant is he shoots the ball at an extremely high level. Klay Thompson shoots the ball at an extremely high level. Steph Curry is probably the best shooter we've ever seen. So when you bring in a guy like Jimmy Butler, who is a completely different player in terms of style, what they've won on, what they've made their success on, their bones is the fact that they could shoot the basketball. They shoot the cover off that shit. They always have guys that are able to do that at a high clip, high 45% mark from three, right? Jimmy Butler doesn't shoot it well enough for me. Is he a good player? Right. Is he a great player? For sure. But for me, the question is, how does Steve Kerr challenge himself now to be able to ingratiate Jimmy Butler into that offense and make it go to be on a championship level? I don't see that, right? Are they going to win some games? For sure. Are they going to be, a tough out? You're going to go into Golden State and have to play? For sure. But to win a championship in the NBA that we play in today, you got to be able to hit shots. And for me, Jimmy Butler is a guy that's a shot maker, but he's not a shooter, if that makes sense, right? He could hit shots.
Oh, yeah, I get what you're saying.
But he ain't a shooter. So that thing goes over there when guys are able to, be able to shoot, be able to be shooters. And I don't think he shoots it on a high enough level for them to do what they do over there.
You know what? I'm gonna go out on a limb, right? I'm gonna say something that's gonna sound crazy, but I believe it. Jimmy Butler's there for 2 years. There is no pressure for them to win this season. And I asked that question, and y'all both broke that down beautifully. I think Klay Thompson, what he did, I think Jimmy Butler can do. Now, I'm not talking about the 3-point shooting, but remember, Klay was playing defense and, offensively skill. The only thing Jimmy Butler's lacking that Klay Thompson could do is shoot the 3-point shot. I think if next season, if the Golden State Warriors could find a way to get like a Kessler and get like a Trey like a Murphy or get one of those, I think they can make a push, and I think that's realistic. They don't need a super duper star. I think they have one more push. Because I like, and this sounds nuts, because I don't like Draymond Green, but him and Jimmy Butler doesn't look bad on the court together. They tough. They you know what I mean? They're not gonna back down from nothing. So when Jimmy Butler says that, we gotta remember what that man did in Miami. Till this day, I'm just trying to figure out how they did that. Get the 2 finals, conference finals. They were legit threats. Like Jimmy Butler and them and that team was telling us, Boston, everybody, oh, y'all lucky I wasn't there. Yeah, y'all lucky. And he meant that. Because when he was there, how many people when Miami played Boston, people was picking Miami. Now, of course, Boston almost made that comeback being down 0-3, and Tatum got hurt, and we know the rest. But still, I'm gonna be honest. If Golden State could make 2 vital moves like that, I don't see that far-fetched. I really don't. I think that's what Jimmy Butler's talking about. But right now, no, I don't agree right now.
Real quick, Fabian, before you rock, man, LeBron is doing the rest of the league such a fucking disservice, man. The fact that he's playing at such a high level at 40 got a lot of niggas thinking that all of these niggas is going to be able to play as they get older. Jimmy is older. Draymond is older. Steph is older. I don't give a fuck what LeBron is doing right now. These niggas, the rest of the league ain't LeBron. So at some point, things are going to change. And for me, I think all of the guys that we talk about, like this right at that door, are going to be fighting to grab at least one. Jimmy ain't get one yet. So I'm sure he'll be fighting for it. But that's going to be tough, man. That's going to be tough to be able to dial it up at the level you need to dial it up for. And these niggas is getting older. So we'll see.
And let's not forget, Sean Livingston was a mid-range assassin for Golden State.
Yeah, the teams was built great.
Yeah, I don't expect Jimmy Butler to go like Sean Livingston was doing like outrageous numbers from the mid-range, but that's where he operates from. So, like y'all said, man, it's gonna be interesting. And we just want to. At the end of the day, we ain't rooting for Golden State, but we want to see greatness. You know what I'm saying? Steph Curry having another chance for a Steph Curry moment. Remember, it's tough for Steph Curry in crunch time. It's hard for him because that's his game. He's a finesse kind of guy. But Jimmy Butler with a guy like that, now you have another option if the game is close.
Sure.
Right. Great point. Great point.
For sure. I agree with
Which
that.
speaking of trades, this brings me to another thing that AllBall brought up earlier. With the way Luka got traded from Dallas, this opens the door for more trades, and even players they're going to continue to express their desire for championships. And we know Giannis Antetokounmpo, a couple years back, he reiterate he'll leave the Bucks to win another title if there's a better situation. I ain't reading the rest of that article because we already did that before. But if he said that 2 years ago, what's stopping him now? The team hasn't improved. He's not going to have, Drew Holiday there anymore. They're not built around him correctly. What's stopping Giannis from leaving? What's stopping all these guys from leaving? Ant-Man got lucky that A-Rod was approved to be an owner, even though he had no idea who A-Rod was when he entered the league. But that might help the Minnesota Timberwolves out. What's stopping the Memphis Grizzlies from saying, yo, hey, T. Morant, we sick of you. Like Flea said earlier, sit your ass at home.
Go the fuck home. Go home. Don't come back.
The Bucks don't have a T. Morant situation, but
put the liquor down. Put the liquor down, T.
With those situations, is Giannis more likely to stay with the Bucks? And even if you want to throw John Morant in the mix or ball, you can start with Giannis first. Do we see him leaving?
Yes, I do. I said it. Y'all know I've been preaching this for a while now. I think Giannis, Ja, Zion, and Ant-Man. I think those organizations, those cities, they too big for those cities. I think they've done as much as they could do, and I think they need to go. But let's talk about Giannis. today, there was some reports that Giannis is not happy. He's injured right now. Listen, man, these guys are taking advantage. Is All-Star break coming up? You know, I don't think Giannis is happy. The Milwaukee Bucks, Dame Lillard wasn't enough. Kyle Kuzma isn't going to be enough, even though I like that addition, but that is not enough to win a championship. Looking at the Boston Celtics and looking at the moves Cleveland made and looking at how much better our Knicks got, Giannis is looking at that. And I don't think he's happy. And it's going to be tough because, nobody wants to play in Milwaukee. That's just the honest truth. I think he did what nobody thought could be done. He brought a championship there. And I think when you bring a championship to a city, you don't owe them anything after that. And I think there's one team that's built for him to win right now and to put his name in the same sentence as a lot of greats. And that's our New York Knicks. I'm sorry. I've been saying that. Giannis needs to leave Milwaukee. And I'm pretty sure he's unhappy. He might be injured, but I think he's talking behind the scenes, maybe letting them know, hey, y'all may want to have to get something from me because I'm gone. And I think he has every right to feel like that because once again, they trading Middleton for Kyle Kuzma is not the championship move. Like Flea said, that is not the Rasheed Wallace to Detroit. That is not the Ron Artest to the Lakers. That is not that. And who's not to say Giannis approved or liked that trade? Middleton might be his guy. Like
Middleton is his guy.
Thank you, Flea. So how do we know? Because listen, man, these players got a lot of power, and some of them may feel some type of way, like a Kevin Durant, where you doing deals behind my back and you ain't even letting me know. So who's not to say Giannis got that phone call, that text, and went, what? Y'all got rid of my guy Chris Middleton, and this is no knock on, who they traded for, Kyle Kuzma. So I think that plays a part, but I think Giannis is done. I think Giannis was done before, in the beginning of the season, the way they started off. We all know how terrible of a coach Doc Rivers is. So I think Giannis is done, and I think he wants to go to a place where he's ready to win now. Because I do think Giannis is one of those players that he wants to be mentioned along with the greats. He wants to be mentioned along with Shaq and Akeem and Tim Duncan and Garnett and like he wants to be. And I'm talking about guys. I'm not talking about guys his size, Paul. Like what I'm saying. He wants to be mentioned with those guys,
with the greats.
And right, exactly. And I think him getting 2 championships and how his numbers is going to be, and if you do it in New York, so I think if he's very smart, which I believe he is, I think that's the best move for him. I don't think it's going nowhere to the West. Like I keep telling y'all, big shout out Sugarman. We need this thing. Big shout out Fish. We need this thing balanced, Flea. So I think we don't need no more stars going over to the West. I think the West is fine. But I think Giannis in New York would be a juggernaut move. So yes, I think he's very unhappy. And I think there's only one move that makes sense. I don't think it's LA. I don't think it's Golden State. I think it's New York. And I won't be surprised if in the next few years that deal happens because we have the assets. So yeah, I think Giannis is very unhappy, and it's starting to show. These reports is for real. You don't hear Giannis coming out disapproving them. You don't hear him saying, "Well, I'm not saying that," or "These are lies." I think it's the truth, but I think he's a nice guy, so he doesn't want to blatantly come out and be disrespectful. But I think Giannis has done everything he's had to do for Milwaukee, and it's time to move on before you do what Dame Lillard did. You stay too long, and then now, your stocks drop.
What you think, Flea? Giannis is out?
Yeah, at some point he's gonna make a move. I didn't think it would be the Knicks. I got to sleep on that. I don't want to agree with OG just to stay consistent because we don't agree. So let me sleep on that. Tomorrow I'll wake up and I might call him and you was right, nigga. I like that. But I think that there's clear frustration. Somebody would sleep at the wheel when they win a championship and then start making all these kind of moves, right? Fire the coach, trade Drew Holiday. Like when you start overreacting on doing shit like that, that doesn't set you up for karma going forward. You're the Milwaukee Bucks. You should be doing everything in your power to keep together whatever worked. If Budenholzer worked, pay him what you want, pay him what he wants. If Drew Holiday worked, figure out a way to keep him in the locker room. That was a vital piece. If we match up Dame Lillard to Drew Holiday, yes, a lot of people are going to go with Dame Lillard. But when we talk about fit, what fits? Because that's what basketball is. We can have the individual conversations, but when we start talking about teams and what fits, yo, Drew was like a shoe, like a glove. It fit over there, and that worked. So I think that's the start of that problem, and now it just starts trickling down, and you start trying to figure out ways to make it back to the promised land. Have they gone back to the Eastern Conference Finals since that chip?
Nah.
They haven't. I don't believe so.
Remember, it was Miami, Boston that kept going there.
Right.
So, no, hold on. The year that
remember Atlanta got there one year.
No, the year that Boston lost to Golden State.
That KD lost to Giannis and then with his foot on the line. Right. They did go back to the Eastern Conference.
No. That was the year that Milwaukee won.
Oh, that's the year they won. Okay.
The year that they went back to the Eastern Conference Finals, I'm not mistaken, they played against Boston, and Boston went to the chip and lost to Golden State. Because that's when I saw like Tatum had a 50-point game and a 20-point game.
So that's back-to-back years then. That's 21 and 22.
Okay, so then so they went back. If I'm not mistaken, that's a conference finals appearance.
So then that goes to my point, bro. Like you don't break that up. Like you figure out a way to keep that. It's like you said, OG. Giannis could like grow into this athlete, into this player, into this figure in the NBA that's too big for Milwaukee. Just too big. He got to find somewhere else. Now the Knicks, I'm gonna let you do that. You do that. You do that today. The Knicks, that sounds good. But that rant he just went on the other day in the locker room where I want to see all the Euro players play in big markets.
He was trolling.
He was trolling, but that didn't go over my head though, OG. That didn't go over my head. These young niggas like doing that shit. They like, masking the truth with jokes. Like he don't want to be in Milwaukee no more. And if it ain't New York, why wouldn't LA figure out a way to get him next to Luka Doncic?
My bad. So it was the year that Boston played Golden State, but it was the second round, not the conference finals.
So they didn't make it to the
So they haven't been back to the conference finals.
But that next year they traded Drew Holiday.
The following right after that series.
Right.
Yeah, that was their response to that. Everything y'all said to me is on point.
What's the better trade? Who got the better trade right now for Giannis?
Hold on.
LA.
Big shout out Turbo.
Who got the better? Because OG said we got the pieces, and we do. Who's got the better pieces? What will Milwaukee take first? What we offer or what LA offers?
The hell is LA gonna offer? LeBron?
Yeah. Right.
I don't know.
LA. No. Come on, Fleet. Come on. You smart now. Don't do that. We know what LA got. You ain't giving up Luke or LeBron. So what you gonna give up? Austin Reeves, Hachimura.
It would have to be a haul. It would have to be a haul. It have to be.
But I think we got the better haul. It's not even close in my opinion.
Okay.
In my opinion, it's not even close.
Because I'm reading the chat, right? I'm reading the chat. But y'all agree with that? You think if we trade for Giannis, the trade starts with Cat?
Well, shout out Corey Lee again, the Greek for Cat ASAP. It has to start with Cat.
Oh, okay. Well, if it starts with Cat, it should be. I'm sorry. If it starts with Cat, that's a straight up deal, then. Not giving you Bridges or OG. I'm not doing that. We not doing that.
You're not gonna get that, OG.
You can get anybody but Bridges and OG. Take everybody else with
Cat. Be in that deal.
I think the Nico Harrison thing affects this shit, bro. These GMs will never want to be embarrassed and be talked about like him. And by the way, shout out to I don't know who that reporter is, but they're saying that the death threats were not even real. That one of the reporters, respected Dallas reporters, actually called the police station and they said they've received no death threats. And that the dude from ESPN kind of made it up. And when they pressed the ESPN reporter McMahon, he was like, "Well, I had a good feeling," or it was
wow.
They going crazy on him. So they're saying that he was trolling.
Making Andrews married, y'all.
No, it wasn't McMahon. It's somebody else.
Oh, I mean, you just said McMahon, Dave McMenamin. So
no, not McMenamin. Tim McMahon.
Oh, Tim McMahon.
Yeah,
wow.
He's a Dallas. He's a Dallas guy that Jason Kidd be cursing out.
Your man playing, y'all. They just showed Dirk in the stands. Your man is playing.
Yo, wait.
Dirk is in LA.
Yeah, for the game. Big Dirk. What? It's not on ESPN.
No, I'm watching it on the NBA League Pass because ESPN still got whatever college game going on. That shit still got like 15 minutes left.
No, they're saying they're switching it to ESPNU. They're gonna put the Baylor Houston game on ESPNU, and they're gonna put the Laker game because remember they're gonna put
but they ain't do it yet.
Yeah, not yet. That's why I was like, "How you seeing it, man?" Yeah, so Luka's about to go.
Well, I would like to go watch Luka. Please and thank you.
I told Fabian before, I was like, "Yo, listen, 10:30. This thing is
right
done.
There. It's right. It's coming on.
It's on ESPN now.
Yeah, it's doing a split screen. So, I think that the league, the general managers, they all got pressure on them to do the right thing. For Giannis to see that go down, the fact that you can see Luka Doncic, he's younger than you all, got the All NBAs, and he goes, "Oh, y'all got all the power now? Oh no, so let me make it known that I want to get the hell out of here as soon as possible. If you think you're gonna just trade me whenever you want to, because they got even more power now, the CBA deals, all that stuff. To the Knicks will be fly, but you know that the Lakers want him. You know that the Lakers want to get the big man with Luka Doncic and get their own version of Kareem, who came from Milwaukee, and pair him up with White Magic. That's what they want to do. The writing is on the wall. The writing is on the wall, man.
Listen, before we get out of here, if we got to throw Bridges in that, they got to throw Brook Lopez in that.
It's not gonna.
Flea, everybody else get those deals. Why we bro? No.
What you're saying,
come on, bro. Listen, Lakers ain't throw Hachimura or Reeves in that deal. Y'all not doing that to us. Let's get out of here, Fabian. Take us home because it's going down. Get your popcorn ready.
When was the last time we seen a player get a debut like this? Let me see how many cameras on Luka.
This shit is this shit is crazy. Utah,
Jazz.
But it don't even matter. It's in LA.
I'm not in a rush now. They playing the Jazz.
I'm in a rush because I want to see how LeBron and Luka on the court together. Yo, Flea, you see what they did? The whole stadium, they put Luka t-shirts on all the seats.
No, jerseys, not t-shirts. Jerseys.
No, they're t-shirts.
No, t-shirts.
Oh, the t-shirts. Okay, I thought I saw something.
And then of course your man, he warms up in the Luka t-shirt.
He's playing tonight? LeBron playing tonight?
Of course.
Big Bron.
Course.
You know who's not playing tonight.
This shit big money.
Never the little one.
You know who's not playing tonight.
All ball suckers.
All ball is live from that arena. He shall remain
nameless. But I love it. Yo, I can't stand the Lakers, but look, I'm glued to the TV. Disgusting.
I hate you. I hate this nigga.
Oh, shout out to Corey Lee, AllBall Lopez. Stop it. Don't bring on Brook Lopez. He's 80,000 years old.
Oh, I read that wrong. I thought he was saying he was calling AllBall Lopez. Like, he looked Spanish.
Brook Lopez still playing good basketball.
AllBall Lopez.
I know. Yeah. Time to go.
There you go right there. Catch y'all tomorrow. Knicks. We playing
Indiana.
I keep forgetting. They pissed me off last game, man. Tomorrow after the game, Knicks Rehab. Y'all know what time it is. AllBall TV. They scared, but I'm not. They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.